Great news, Booking.com is booming. Not so great news, so is its control over host payouts. Booking.com just had a massive Q4. Alternative accommodations, including short term rentals, grew 19% year over year and now make up 33% of all nights booked on the platform. Impressive numbers, right? And in its latest earnings call, Booking.com made something very clear. Its merchant model, where it collects guest payments directly and pays hosts later, is playing a key role in this success. As of Q4, 59% of Booking.com's gross bookings now run through this system, up 9 percentage points year over year. The company sees this as a competitive advantage, streamlining transaction for guests and helping drive more bookings. And it's not alone in doing that. Platforms like Airbnb have already been following this model. But what does this mean for short term rental managers? More demand, but also more competition, more reliance on Booking.com's payment system, and less direct control over revenue flow. Today, we're breaking down what's fueling Booking.com's alternative accommodation growth, how its approach to host acquisition differs from Airbnb's, for example, and why its merchant model is sparking debate among property managers. Before we dive in, I'm Yuvika Wahi, and you're watching Rental Scale Up. If you want to stay ahead of the latest short-term rental industry shifts, subscribe to our free weekly newsletter. It's a digest of the most important short-term rental news from the week, so you never miss a key update. The link is in the description. Booking.com's short-term rental business isn't just growing, it's thriving. 19% year-over-year growth in alternative accommodation room nights in Q4 2024. Also, 33% of all nights booked in Q4 were in alternative accommodations, 7.9 million alternative accommodation listings, and 8% increase from last year. In Europe, Booking.com holds about 48% market share in vacation rentals, based on key data insights from last year. It has long been a major player in short-term rentals there, but in the US, it's a different story. With only 8% market share, Booking.com is attempting to expand, particularly in urban short-term rentals, where Airbnb dominates. So what's driving this growth? Booking.com credits its success in alternative accommodations to several key initiatives. Number one is its connected trip strategy. Connected trips encourage travelers to book flights, car rentals, and stays together, keeping them within the Booking.com ecosystem. Another component of their success is the Genius loyalty program. Higher tier Genius members book more frequently, and that helps drive repeat bookings. Another advantage Booking.com has is blending hotels and short term rentals in search results. Unlike Airbnb and Vrbo, Booking.com shows short term rentals alongside hotels, exposing vacation rentals to travelers who perhaps weren't necessarily looking for them. This hybrid model gives short term rentals more visibility to travelers who might otherwise book a hotel. But a key part of growing its supply has been how Booking.com approaches host acquisition, and that's where its strategy differs from Airbnb's. Booking.com and Airbnb are taking very different paths to expand their supply of short term rentals. Airbnb is focusing on occasional hosts and individual hosts. For example, its co host network helps individual owners find co hosts to manage their listings, reinforcing Airbnb's focus on individual hosts. Its recent ad campaigns also highlight people renting out their spare rooms or homes while they travel rather than large scale operators, emphasizing this time occasional hosts. Meanwhile, Booking.com is actively promoting professional property managers. On its partner YouTube channel and marketing materials, Booking.com spotlights property management companies like Evolve, for example, which manage thousands of properties. The company isn't explicitly saying that professional short term rental managers are the key to its success, but its marketing makes it clear that it wants more high volume operators on its platform. And as Booking.com brings in more professional operators and scales its short term rental supply, it's also reshaping how money moves through its platform. One of the biggest shifts in Booking.com's business isn't just where the bookings are happening, it's how they're being processed. 59% of bookings now go through Booking.com's merchant model. Guests pay Booking.com directly at the time of booking. Booking.com holds the funds until check in, and hosts receive their payout only after the guest has arrived, sometimes up to 45 days later. For Booking.com, this is a major advantage. It reduces chargebacks and frauds. It also creates a seamless payment experience for guests, and it allows Booking.com to control more of the financial transaction. But what about property managers? Smaller operators might find this model convenient. Since Booking.com processes payments, they don't have to deal with payment disputes, failed transactions, or chargebacks. Large operators, however, may find it restrictive. They typically run structured operations where they need to control cash flow, process funds quickly, and distribute owner payouts on their own terms. For those who rely on steady cash flow, waiting until check in or even weeks after checkout to get paid can be a serious challenge. And this isn't just a temporary thing. Booking.com's partnership with Antom, announced in January 2025, expands its merchant model across key APAC markets. So, whether hosts like it or not, OTA controlled payments are becoming more widespread. So, what's next? What should short term rental managers be watching for? More listings mean more competition. As supply grows, managers will need to optimize pricing and visibility to stay competitive on Booking.com. OTA controlled payments seem to be here to stay. The Antom partnership signals that Booking.com's merchant model has been cemented. Urban short term rentals are a key battleground. With Booking.com pushing into city based rentals, Airbnb's lead in urban markets could face more pressure. More demand, more bookings, but also more competition, and more OTA control over payments. What do you think? Have you seen an impact from Booking.com's growth on your business? And how do you feel about OTAs handling guest payments instead of hosts? Let me know in the comments, and if you found this breakdown helpful, subscribe to our free weekly newsletter. If you're watching on YouTube, hit like and subscribe for more short term rental insights. Goodbye!